That's not a bad idea for a slice of life anime idea. Sakito Monodoke. Charcolo.
Welcome back, my avid anime addicts. Welcome back to another episode of
Anime Bunseki.
And of course, I'm your girl Sayer.
And I'm Slow. So word is there's a hot new shonen in town and we had to check it out.
And by check it out, he means we binge watch all the episodes in a few hours, then cried because now we have to wait until next week for a new episode.
So we're talking about none other than Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. But in case you've been neglecting your weekly dose of shonen, we've got you covered.
Literally translating to Demon Slaying Blade or Blade of Demon Destruction, Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba is a Japanese manga series by Koyoharu Gotoge that receives an anime television series published by Ufotable and premiered on April 6, 2019.
Now if you're into anime like us, you'd know that Ufotable has published a pretty extensive list of top-tier anime like God Eater, Toriko, and some of my personal favorites, the Fate series.
To be completely honest, we didn't really expect much from this anime. Shonen typically tends to have similar tropes and are really repetitive. Boy, were we wrong. First episode did not disappoint.
It's a truly ominous opening. The very first scene is blinding snow, eerie music, heavy breathing, and we see this guy with the look of utter despair on his face, carrying his unconscious little sister on his back, bleeding from her head. No context. We don't know what's going on.
And that's how they got us instantly. We wanted to know more.
So we backtrack a bit in the next scene and we're introduced to Tanjiro, our main protagonist, and his close loving family of mother and 5 other siblings.
They all look so great together.
Don't get too attached. You can tell that the family's dirt poor, or should I say charcoal poor?
Sigh, why are you like this?
I tried.
Their father had passed away and Tanjiro, being the eldest, assumed the responsibility of looking after the family. He's preparing to go sell charcoal during the winter to a village down the mountain so his family can eat.
There were a lot of warm, fuzzy moments with Tanjiro and his family interacting, but I didn't fall for it because I knew it was foreshadowing something bad.
Yeah, this ain't a slice of life anime. We know some tragedy is about to strike.
Tanjiro confirmed our suspicions as he walked to the village talking to himself, stating that even though his family is poor, they are happy, but that could change just like the weather. Thanks for the heads up, Tanjiro.
So now we're on edge, looking out for anything suspicious. What's about to happen? Does the plot thicken in the village?
The next scene in the village is a peaceful one, and we learn quite a few things. 1. Tanjiro is well known and well respected in the village. 2. Tanjiro is well mannered and very helpful. 3. Charcoal is actually a pretty hot commodity, like seriously. Everyone wanted charcoal. Tanjiro could make a killing off a charcoal business. That's not a bad idea for a slice of life anime idea. Sakito Monodoke. Charcoal.
Anyways, the most important thing shown in the village scene is just how impressive Tanjiro's sense of smell is. Yet, as weird as it sounds, his impressive superhuman sense of smell, very important.
I can easily see how that would be a double-edged sword.
So after selling all the charcoal and lending a hand to the villagers, Tanjiro was on his way back home like smell you later.
Boo!
On the way back home, Tanjiro is stopped by old man Saburo, who warns Tanjiro that it's late and not safe for him to make the journey home during the dark. Tanjiro is skeptical but decides to spend the night at Saburo's house because he thinks Saburo's just a lonely old man.
I mean, I can't really blame Tanjiro. Just look at Saburo's eyes. This guy, He's got something broken inside.
So there's a brief exchange between the two where Saburo explains that flesh-eating demons roam at night and humans are only kept safe by the demon slayers that protect them. Tanjiro remembers his grandmother saying the same thing when he was young, but thinks it all to be just folklore.
Before you know it, it's morning, the sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and Tanjiro is on his way home at first light, making his way through the snow when the smell of blood stops him dead in his tracks.
Sigh. Tanjiro runs home to find a truly gruesome sight. Everyone in his family dead, bodies slain on the ground.
And we mean dead. Blood splattered on the walls, the cameraman is getting a close-up of everything, shouting World Star. It's absolutely brutal.
Tanjiro had found only one body to still be warm, and this is how we transition to the opening scene with Tanjiro carrying his sister Nezuko on his back.
Tanjiro was frantically stumbling through the snow, desperately trying to decline the frigid slopes and get help for his sister. Then something right out of a horror movie happened.
Nezuko begins to snarl and seemingly transform on Tanjiro's back. Flailing about, she causes her brothers to slip and they both fall down an icy slope, but luckily, their fall is broken by a pillow of soft snow.
Nezuko's form begins to alter as she starts turning into a demon. Her teeth turn into sharp fangs, and she attacks her brother, who is struggling to keep her off him as her size begins to increase.
While trying to push his demon sister off of him, Tanjiro reflects on how he couldn't help his family and desperately calls out to Nezuko. It seems as if Nezuko is fighting the demon transformation as she begins to cry after hearing her brother call out her name.
And that's when a demon slayer shows up, Gyu Tomioka. And just in case you weren't sure if he's a demon slayer or not, he has destroy demons written on his sword. So there's that.
Gyu shows up to slay Tanjiro's turning sister, but Tanjiro pleads with him to spare her so that he may find a way to cure or heal her. Tanjiro explains that Nezuko hasn't killed anyone and bows to beg for her life.
When Tanjiro bowed to beg for his sister's life, this display of weakness sickened Gyu, and he lashed out harshly at Tanjiro, asking him how could he protect anything by being weak. But Gyu was actually concerned for Tanjiro and seemed to relate to the situation, even blaming himself, thinking that if he was earlier, he could have saved Tanjiro's family.
After seeing his sister get stabbed, this strengthened Tanjiro's resolve and he made a well-coordinated, desperate attack to save his sister, which actually almost worked.
Gyu knocked Tanjiro unconscious and was surprised to see the demon Nezuko still fighting to protect her brother. He thought that these siblings might be different and opted to spare Nezuko's life.
Tanjiro wakes up to find his sister mouth gagged, and Gyu instructed him that if he wanted to help his sister, he should avoid sunlight and go to the foot of Mount Sagiri, seeking out old man Sanoji Uridaki.
After heading back to their home to bury their family, Tanjiro and Nezuko head off on their journey.
And that was episode 1 of Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Action, suspense, intrigue. Man, what a roller coaster of emotions. I can't wait to do episode 2. Unfortunately, we've come to the end of another episode. But that doesn't mean it has to end here. You could go follow us on Twitter or support us on Patreon.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you made it to the end, why not leave a like and subscribe? Please comment and let us know if you enjoyed this and what other anime is currently on your watch list. All our links are in the description. Until next time, guys.